Is your hair okay?
Yeah. Is your hair okay?
Welcome back into the channel. In this video, we're going to give you the best controller binds for Fortnite on a standard controller, a 2-paddle controller,
Aren't these just buttons, not paddles?
and the Elite 2 4-paddle controller. These are all non-claw setups. So if you're unfamiliar with claw, I'll put a link in the description. One of the best claw videos I've seen. So check that out if you're interested. First thing, play wired. Okay? Don't play wireless. The input delay is bad. It's the best way to go. You don't have to worry about charging the controller or the battery dying mid-fight. And everybody's had that happen. Number 2 is to have your thumbs on the sticks as much as possible. The third thing is identify the 4 most important buttons or actions in Fortnite other than movement. So Shelly, what are those?
That would be the jump, your crouch, switch mode, and your edit.
No,
Your pickaxe. I meant pickaxe. My brain, you called me out. That would be your pickaxe, your jump, your switch mode, and your edit.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so let's jump right into the bind settings. This is for the standard controller that we got here. So we'll start with the left side. Well, let's start with the top. The top stays the same. Default. Okay, here's what I think is the best for a standard controller. Starting with the left stick. The left stick, have it just switch mode. Going to the D-pad, inventory is up. Place marker as left on the D-pad. The reason I put place marker there, having it on your left hand, you can still aim to the spot you want to place the mark and hit the mark. But if you had to put it on the right side of the controller, you can't aim and place marker at the same time. Now moving to the right stick has jump. Main reason, jump and switch mode are 2 of your top most important binds. So that helps.
I love that bind. It's the best bind in the world.
Your next closest buttons to the right stick are A and X. Your next 2 most important actions are toggle pickaxe and edit in this configuration.
Well, depending on your play style.
Well, let's just say this. The next most important is edit because edit is separated from switch mode. So we put that on X because it's easy to get to from the right stick. And then we put toggle pickaxe on A. Crouch is on Y. Like she said, depending on your play style, you might want to move crouch slide down to A or toggle pickaxe up to Y. I moved reload interact to B. That's farthest from your right thumb. I felt like you do reload and interact a lot in the game, getting chests and picking up weapons. But most of that is done when you're not in combat. You normally try to reload under cover or while you're running. Toggle pickaxe you do use in a fight if you're going to knock a build down to replace it. And edit, obviously you're using a lot during a fight. Okay, so for the build controls in the first configuration on the standard controller, top binds for building all stay default. Inventory is the same. The only thing on the left D-pad that changes is you add change material to right on the D-pad. And then on the right side, everything is identical. Okay, then on to the edit controls. We have right trigger select, left trigger as reset. There's no confirm button. There's no reason to have a confirm button. When you go to reset and edit, you just hit select reset. I learned this trick from Roadie Bros. You don't have to have a confirm button to reset and edit. As far as the other binds goes, the only thing of note on the right side is A is set to toggle pickaxe, and all the other binds don't apply in edit mode.
I'm pretty sure you're not going to be reloading while you're editing.
That's the first configuration, which I think Shelly agrees with me. The alternate configuration is take switch mode and edit, put them together on the left stick.
I personally do not like that because
Yeah.
when I used it, my edit hold time was really short because I didn't like it long, and every time I tried to go to build, it would just edit something.
Inventory stays the same. Place marker on left. Of course, switch mode edit on left stick, and on the right side, crouch slide comes down to A, jump stays on right stick, B stays on reload interact, and then we bring toggle pickaxe over to X. So onto the build controls with the second configuration on the standard controller. Main change is right D pad is change material. Okay, so onto the edit controls on this config. Everything stays the same. Right trigger select, left trigger reset. All the face buttons stay identical. So just trying to find the best configuration possible, which I think is the first one that we went over. Okay, now the fun starts. The paddle controllers. This is the Turtle Beach Recon 2 paddle controller.
Dude, these are buttons, not paddles.
Best configuration for the 2 paddle controller. Of course, top buttons stay the same as default. Up is still inventory. We get to separate switch mode and edit. Left is switch mode, right is edit. So what we do is we take left and right on the D-pad and map those to the 2 back buttons. One thing we figured out was putting place marker on left stick, because you're still moving, you're still aiming, and you're placing the marker without having to move your thumbs. It's perfect. The right stick is still jump, and then I have A as toggle pickaxe and X as crouch slide. Since they introduced the sliding mechanism, that's why I put those 2 closest to my right stick, and then still kept reload and interact on B, just like we talked about before.
To be honest, I hated the left D-pad as place marker because I had to move my thumb so far, and that's why I love having it on the same stick, because you don't have to move your thumb at all.
And who wants to move your thumbs? That's a lot of work.
That's the whole point.
Okay, onto the build controls with the 2 paddle.
Bro, these are buttons.
Everything is default with the building buttons on the top. Everything on the left stays the same. Toggle pickaxe still on A, rotate on B, and then crouch on X, which is the same as the combat controls. Jump stays on right stick. Okay, to the edit controls, we're going to stick with the configuration just like with the standard controller, with a right trigger, left trigger, select reset, no confirm button. A is going to stay as toggle pickaxe, and we're going to have X staying with crouch. Okay, so on to the mecca of controllers as far as Microsoft goes. The 4-paddle Elite 2 has amazing build quality.
It's nice and matte and metal.
She likes matte. I don't know. Not like
shiny.
a guy named Matt. She likes matte, like, you know, matte.
Like M-A-T-T-E.
Yeah. I'll let Shelly go over the binds for the Elite 2 since it is hers.
So for my binds, I have inventory is up. I have edit on my left D-pad, and I have switch mode on my right D-pad.
Place marker again on the left stick. Perfect place.
Yes. I actually have crouch and slide on my right stick because I mapped my jump to B.
Her jump and her toggle pickaxe are mapped to the back. So it doesn't matter that they're a long way from the right stick, because she's never going to hit B and Y. So she really only has one button left to map on the face buttons.
To reload, which is A.
So I think when we went through these binds, the coolest thing that she got out of this was being able to take crouch and slide and move it to her right stick. So the only time she has to bring her right thumb off the stick is to reload and interact, which is not when she's fighting.
Build controls for my beautiful controller. Should get one. Anyways, I have my top, for the left side of my controller, I have top D-pad as my change material and trap. Then I have edit and switch mode is the same as my combat. I have Y as my toggle pickaxe, B is jump, A is unbound. My right stick is still crouch and slide. And then I have X as a trap picker, a placer, and a interact button. On the edit controls for my controller, everything's the same, except I do use the select reset, which is amazing. And if you still have a confirm button, please stop.
Okay, so that's it. That's the binds. Try them. Don't be like my 9-year-old and my 13-year-old. They play default. They're not my children. This is my child. She changes her settings. And geeks change settings. All right, if you do change your binds to some of our configurations, let us know in the comments if you liked it, if you didn't like it. And check out our last video we made on Z League and Fortnite. If you want to play competitively, it's a fun website to check out. So check that out right here, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Peace.